Just imagine, just to absorb the significance of this, imagine for a moment 3 Israelite houses on the night the Lord passes over Egypt, right? House A, first house, very religious house, right? They love to have Moses over to hear the words of God. They're always praying. They're always talking about their father Abraham and his greatness. They're always helping around the neighbourhood. They hear about the Passover. And at one level, they're a little bit irritated because they'd really quite like the Lord to come into their house to see how good they all are, right? Right? Surely he'd pass over them once they saw how religious they were or how good they were and all the good things they're doing. Thankfully, Moses persuades them out of this suicidal idea and they kill the lamb and they apply the blood. That's House A. House B, they're not like House A at all. House B, they were going to be home anyway because they all have court orders against them for being a public nuisance, right? They're drunkards, they're gluttons, they're liars, they're thieves, they're cheats, they're notorious troublemakers in the neighbourhood. But they hear about the Passover. And so they think they really need to get on board with this kind of sheltering for the Day of Judgment. They know how much they deserve the judgment. They know that if the Lord pokes his head around the corner, even for a moment, he'd surely obliterate them all with his blistering divine firepower. So they kill the lamb and they put the blood around the door frame. House C is nothing as good as A and nothing as bad as B, but everyone in the house is very nervous about the situation. They keep calling up House A and saying, I've killed the lamb and I've applied the blood. I think I've done it right. Can you come and check for me? Right? I'm just not really sure. I don't really see how the blood of a lamb can make any difference anyway. Right? And they spend the night pacing up and down, wondering whether they've really backed the right horse here or whether the blood will really protect them. The next morning, which house loses their firstborn son? A, B, or C? None. And why is it none? They've all got the blood of the lamb, right? Because that's the thing that saves, right? And this is something you won't hear preachers say very often. It doesn't matter what's on the inside. It's what's on the outside that counts, right? It's not the interior. It's not about the blood. It's all about the blood on the doorposts, right? It's not about the Lord inspecting each household to see whether it's up to scratch. It's only about whether the household has blood. That's the only issue. It's not even about how much faith they had in the blood or whether they were nervous about the whole situation. If they've applied the blood, they've been saved. Strong faith in the blood and wavering faith in the blood leads to exactly the same outcome because it's not the faith in the blood that saves, it's the blood that does the saving. I wonder what you would say if someone says to you, I don't have enough faith, right? Have you ever heard someone say that? Or I don't feel very close to God at the moment. What would you say to that? Here's my answer, right? I don't have enough faith either. Right? I'm faithless all the time. But thank God that we're not saved by the strength of our believing feelings, right? Thank God that he's not further from us when we feel distant from him. God has come near to us and has saved us, not by the strength of our faith, but by his own determination and the shedding of his own blood. Thank God we're saved by Christ's blood. And when you really get that, when you can just breathe a sigh of relief, right? That's the kind of first response, isn't it? Relax. Thank you, Jesus, right? Because it's not the quality of your life, but the quality of his death that saves. Christ saves you by his blood, nothing in you and nothing from you. Not the quality of your living, not the quality of your speaking, not the quality of your acting, praying or believing. It's only the blood. It's not the quality of your life, but the quality of his death that saves.